So, of course, it was flagged beforehand. There have been lots of engagements between senior Biden administration officials and their counterparts traveling to Beijing. This absolutely came up undoubtedly in every conversation because, the restrictions that were placed on Chinese access to U.S. semiconductors and chip-making tools last October were pretty much unprecedented in terms of how they squeezed China's access to high tech in that space. And it's been a really sore point for China in engagement with the United States because to Beijing, it feels like much more than simply restrictions on things that have national security aspects to them. It feels like an all-out attempt to contain China's advancement and economic prosperity.
So Anna, some of the U.S. names we talked about that are going to be affected by these new and tighter restrictions, obviously, are not happy. And I'm thinking, look, as patriotic as they might be, this is affecting business for them. In terms of pushback, what are we seeing from them, if at all?
I think that we're just in a really difficult time for companies to be able to push back effectively in the public arena. It's so easy for them to be painted as not patriotic, as willing to, sell out U.S. interests for the sake of profits. But the truth of the matter is that it's a much more complex equation than that. It's not national security or U.S. companies do well globally. It's national security because U.S. companies are doing well globally because they're able to stay on the cutting edge, right? So the right balance has to be struck. I do think that policymakers are becoming, increasingly sophisticated in how they're thinking about, what policies are the right policies, but certainly, I think it's going to be a give and take with regulators and companies trying to meet each other in the middle somewhere. They don't see eye to eye all the time.
Anna, is there any evidence to suggest that these export restrictions are materially mitigating the risk to America's national security, or are we still waiting for evidence on that score?
I think that there are ways to assume that they're mitigating the risk. The reality is that a lot of the most advanced chips go into things like weapon systems, radar, lasers, and they can't be made very easily without those chips, if at all. Certainly not functioning at the same capacity. And then, of course, they're important for things like artificial intelligence development. All of those things have national security implications. And if China is behind the U.S. in its ability to produce those advanced technologies, then it's behind the U.S. in its overall capabilities, its defense capabilities, its offensive capabilities. And that's where the national security implications are for a lot of these things. But could China find other ways to advance its own interests militarily or strategically? Of course. Is it the case that the most advanced weapons are the make or break determining factor in a conflict? Not always. So these are complicated questions, but certainly, there is some veracity to the idea that trying to prevent China from becoming as advanced or surpassing the United States is beneficial from a national security perspective.
Hi, I'm Emily Tan, and thanks for watching CNBC. You can check out more of our videos by clicking on the boxes on the screen, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more. Thanks for watching.